The Ballad of the Kimpton Hotel Vintage Seattle, a tragedy in five-star disguise. Oh, gather round, dear traveler, and let me spin you a tale so wretched, so dripping with false promises, it would make a carnival barker blush. This is the story of the Kimpton Hotel Vintage Seattle, a place where dreams go to die, wrapped in the aesthetic of a hipster-esque fever dream and the service of a DMV on a Monday morning. Picture this. You arrive, weary from your journey, clutching your credit card like a shield because, honey, you gonna need it. The lobby? Cute. The staff? Smiling. A trap. A decoy. Like a siren luring sailors to their doom, except instead of drowning, you drowning in resort fees. The room of broken promises, you step into your vintage-inspired chambera. But vintage here does not mean charming. It means your grandma's basement after a flood. The walls, painted with what can only be described as graffiti by someone who failed art school, stare back at you, judging your life choices. The bed, a crime against spinal integrity. The carpet, a biohazard disguised as decor. And the bathroom, a cruel joketh door swings like a guillotine, nearly decapitating the toilet and your dignity. But the real horror, the elevator. Oh, the elevator. You, poor lamb, have been gifted a room right next to it because the universe hates you. Every ding, every groan of machinery is a personal attack on your sanity. You paid $230 for this privilege. $230 for the symphony of mechanical suffering. The great scam of hidden fees, but the room is only the opening act. The true villainy lies in the surprise charges because nothing says luxury like financial ambush. That free coffee in the lobby? Psych. That's 20. The wine tasting you didn't attend? Surprise, that's another 40. The water they said was complimentary? Gotcha, that's a mysterious 4.99 charge like a ghost haunting your bank statement. And let us not forget the amenity fee $105 for the honor of existing in this establishment. What amenities, you ask? The non-existent gym? The lobby so small it feels like a closet with delusions of grandeur. The complimentary rage you feel upon checkout, the service or lack thereof the staff, a study in duality. The check-in guy, a sweet summer child lulling you into a false sense of security. But the checkout woman, a goblin in human form, her impatience radiating like bad Wi-Fi. You ask about the mystery charge size, as if you are the inconvenience, not the 40 wine tasting you never drank. And oh, the cancellation policy lie woven in fine print. You cancel 4 days early, as per their rules, and what do you get? Silence. Emails vanish into the void. Calls end in hang-ups. It's like trying to reason with a brick wall, except the brick wall has a customer service line. The final betrayal, you leave, battered, bruised, financially violated. You think, surely, this is a fluke. But no. The internet whispers the truth is their normal. The fake reviews, oh, they exist. The moldy smells, the hypoallergenic pillows that arrive 2 days late. If at all, the food colder than your XS heart thighs is the Kimpton way. So here I sit, dear traveler, spinning this cautionary tale. A story of greed, of broken trust, of 60 parking fees. A story that ends not with a refund, but with a lesson: run. Run far, run fast, and for the love of all that is holy, stay at a Motel 6 instead.
The businesses surrounding the Kimpton Hotel Vintage Seattle, they're a peculiar case. A sort of faded grandeur clinging to life, like a once vibrant painting slowly succumbing to dust. It feels disheartening, truthfully. It's not a place brimming with joyful commerce, but rather a collection of spaces that seem to be quietly, almost resignedly, letting things slip. It's the kind of place where you half expect to see tumbleweeds rolling down the street, except instead of tumbleweeds, it's disappointment. Let's start with the shopping. Pacific Place, that large structure looming nearby, is, well, it's struggling. It's like visiting the ghost of a mal's former self. Most establishments have simply vanished, leaving behind echoing corridors and a pervasive sense of emptiness. Review after review speaks of a desolate space, sparsely populated even during peak hours. You'll find yourself wandering through what feels like a parking garage masquerading as a retail destination. People mention being actively escorted out for simply trying to charge their phones. Imagine that. A bizarre encounter described with unsettling detail. It's not unwelcoming, it's hostilely empty. There's a movie theater, yes, but even that feels like a lonely sentinel in a dying landscape. And parking. Be prepared for a bureaucratic maze and potentially hefty fees, even for a simple mistake with your ticket. The constant mention of off-duty police presence isn't reassuring either. It feels less like security and more like a visual reminder that something isn't right. It's the sort of place that makes you question your life choices, really. And then there's Ananya Spa. Now, a spa should be a sanctuary, a place of blissful relaxation. Instead, what emerges from the reviews is a picture of chaos, a fundamental breakdown in customer service. Repeated stories of incorrect contact information leading to exorbitant and frankly unjust no-show fees. It's a pattern. They seem to operate under a rigid, unyielding policy, utterly devoid of empathy or common sense. A regular client, loyal for a decade, penalized for their error. It feels predatory. And beyond the billing issues, there are concerns about the treatments themselves, pressure ignored during massages, therapists lacking qualifications, even reports of physical harm. It's as if they're actively trying to ruin your day. I find myself experiencing a certain tightness in my chest just recounting these stories. It's a profound lack of respect for the customer, a complete disregard for the basic principles of hospitality. It feels wrong. Moving on, and the food scene isn't much brighter. Wild Ginger downtown seems to be a particularly tragic case. Once a celebrated destination, it's now consistently described as overpriced, bland, and lacking in flavor. The service is frequently mentioned as rude and inattentive, with waiters appearing disinterested and borderline hostile. The food arrives cold, portions are small, and the entire experience feels rushed and unfulfilling. Some reviewers even reported finding incorrect items on their bills, a blatant disregard for basic accounting. It's not merely a matter of the food not being good, it's that they don't even seem to care if it's not. It's a sad decline, a once promising establishment seemingly content to coast on its past reputation. They say they push drinks and apps. It makes me wonder if they are desperate, which I don't agree with. And then there's Tulio, which presents itself as a refined dining experience, but delivers disappointment. The service, consistently described as cold and indifferent, seems to actively detract from the meal. One reviewer recounted a birthday celebration ruined by a dismissive waiter, and it genuinely upset me. Imagine celebrating a special occasion and being met with such apathy. Beyond the service, there are complaints about overpriced and underflavored food.
And then there are those moments of careless incompetence, the wrong bill, the cold food. It's a pattern, isn't it? A relentless stream of small failures that collectively create a thoroughly unpleasant experience. It feels almost calculated, like they're intentionally trying to take your money and provide as little in return as possible. Let's address the nest. A rooftop bar promising stunning views, and they deliver on the view to a point. But the experience itself is frequently described as frustrating and overpriced. A 50-table fee for a spot you may not even get to enjoy, especially if you're a walk-in. It feels like a blatant cash grab. And the drinks. Expensive and often served with a side of indifference. Multiple reviewers reported being overcharged, and a 20 automatic gratuity adds insult to injury.
Okay, so I was looking into stuff around the Kimpton Hotel Vintage Seattle, just because. And it's not great, honestly. Businesses around there, a lot of them, they seem to attract this kind of thing. It's like people just think they can get away with stuff near a fancy hotel. First off, there's this whole thing with return fraud. You wouldn't believe it. Businesses near the Kimpton, especially the clothing stores, they apparently targets for these really organized groups. There were these 5 sisters, can you imagine, sisters, who were going around getting refunds for stuff they weren't actually returning. They get gift cards online, then bring the same items back to a store for cash, like double dipping. They did this all over Washington, even flying around to different cities. At least $1 million they stole. I bet the store had to tighten up their return policies like crazy after that, right? Probably made it harder for everyone, even honest people. And those sisters, 20 years in prison maybe. Though, lawyers, they probably got a deal. I bet they felt really smart for a while, though. It's just so frustrating. Then there's this other one, and it's honestly kind of bold. There's this woman, Jasmine Willie, who wanted for a chicken scam. Seriously. She'd walk into stores, the kind of places tourists near the Kimpton Hotel Vintage might go, for quick snacks or whatever, and pretend she talked to the manager about a refund for bad chicken, or sometimes muffins. She'd pretend to be on the phone with the manager, and then pressure the store clerks into giving her cash. Like threatening them with bad reviews if they didn't tea. She stole over $7,000 from one store. Can you believe anyone would do that over chicken? I mean, come on. She's probably still running around, switching motels, trying to stay one step ahead. The police